Okay, folks, second part of the update. After all of the major changes, I brought in, now we're focusing on the wall, I brought in the last two plants from the factory room, the Adansonii with its nice upsized leaves, and the neon pothos, with its nice upsized leaves. And by the way, I measured them yesterday, and they are 11 by 8. Yeah, I'm quite happy. I couldn't care less if they were 11 by 8 or 10 by 7 or whatnot. But that's an impressive leaf for neon pothos. I'm really, really happy with the way they turn out. And again, cheap as dirt, available at every Walmart. You can buy a hanging basket of them for like 20 bucks, full of, and just, you do a pole, a moss pole or a moss tube setup, stick a couple cuttings in the bottom of the tube or the pot, and wait. They upsize quickly. You can see right here how quickly they upsize. This plant went from that. Let me get right on top of that leaf, right? That to that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves. So yeah, they do size up really quickly. Okay, after I brought these two puppies in, I top chopped the left stem of the original Pink Princess that had split long ago into two stems. So now that the right stem is now re-leafing out right there, I now cut the left stem just a little bit above it, and that saved me a whole bunch of grief. It opened up the area again even further for the Cupreas and the Silver Sword. When I brought the Adansonii here, it had a leaf actually reaching across and whacking the Adansonii. So and it had grown past its pole by about 10 inches. And I have no spare poles right now, number one, and I have no need for any more Pink Princess material. So I cut it. It's still in the workroom in a pot with some wet sphagnum inside the pot, just to keep it alive and doing okay until I really finally decide what I want to do with it. It's probably going to end up compost salad. I have to, again, I'm now running into the problem of having to discipline myself to not keep propagating or keep cuttings, etc. and so forth, So it solved a couple of issues. It'll look fine here very shortly. The Cupreas in the back, the two daughter plants, are going to slowly also fill up this area visually, below the blue cloth. So, yeah, done and done. The epipremnum got moved from where the Adansonii was, as did the marble pothos. Here, we'll get to them in a moment. Here is the verrucosum, chugging along just fine. It is also now Velcro banded to the pole. And what I did was I took the whole assembly off the wall, stood the pole on the floor, held it, up top, and I leaned the pole right at an angle. And the verrucosum just went slowly and on its own and went right up against the pole. While it was in that position, I put a band around it, not tight or anything, just a few millimeters of play. And when I straightened up the pole, the verrucosum went and rested right against the band, leaving about 1/3 of a millimeter space between it and the surface of the pole. And the root nodes, the two upper root nodes, are directly opposite holes, and the root node that belongs to the leaf is actually now touching. Some of the nibs increased, swelled up and increased in size. The aerial roots, embryonic baby roots, and they are now touching wet sphagnum. So yeah, very happy. And it's the node that belongs to this leaf, the Yeah, this node right here. You can see how it's opposite that hole. Right through there, yeah. Very happy with the way that worked out. And again, I'm ecstatic about this. Couldn't have worked out better. And again, shows what nice stock this plant has. And the care that was taken to ship it properly also helped it overcome all of that. And that as quickly as possible. At least in my opinion. Here is the Soderoy with its new leaf facing the wrong way. The plant needs to get its bearings a little bit, but that'll happen with the next few leaves. But I'm still happy about it. Yeah, it's a better fit over here physically than the marble pothos was. Yeah, the marble pothos was a bit too wide and jamming into the gigas. So, yeah, I did a swap. It looks fine here. Don't mind it here at all. It's, yeah, plenty good here. The Melanochrysum baby, well, there's its new leaf coming out. First one grown completely here. This leaf has been rotating. It has been turning. It used to be pointing straight up, or nearly straight up. Just a little bit to the left, and now it's pointing completely and absolutely to the left. And I'm waiting to, I'm 99% sure it'll drop down and orient to face more like these two leaves here. And the next, this leaf coming out should be oriented already, facing forward and pointing down. Here again is the neon pothos. The single leaf gigas cutting has finally sprouted. Da-da-da-da-da! Now I can chuck it in the garbage. I just wanted to see if it would work. That's all. Yeah, and it looked kind of cool, you know, as like a little wall ornament. But yeah, now it's done. The space is going to be taken up quickly by that neon pothos, ultimately. The Adansonii here is, again, from the Celoum corner, temporarily swapped, traded places with the Pink Princess cutting that was here, just for the purposes of treadmilling. And then this top will go back to the Celoum corner, Adansonii corner, and the Pink Princess will then get moved temporarily over to here, and the Epipremnum will come down to here, and then get treadmilled up, and then get swapped back with the Pink Princess, which will come back to here. You got that, folks? You gotta plan this shit. Yeah, it gets ridiculous sometimes. But that's really the best solution I have right now for upsizing and treadmilling the Adansonii and the Epipremnum, keeping them in really good artificial lighting and keeping them in this room the whole time. And yeah, that's how she go. This gets treadmilled. This tube gets cleaned out and redone, and it gets used to treadmill that. So yeah, and then that gets cleaned out and done, and it's ready and waiting. And I have 2 or 3 tubes like that still in the factory room. The bases of that neon pothos and that Adansonii, and they're going to be prepped to be kept in ready and waiting in reserve, because in addition to just using them as treadmill tubes, you know, and rotating them, you know, in a round robin of sorts, some of these are going to end up permanently using up their tubes. The gigases, for instance. I want at least one of these gigases to end up on this wall. It's probably going to be this base tube. This base is probably going to end up going. And again, recycle the tube for a couple of reasons. One, because of the scarring that I can see every day from the great shelf toppling incident and massacre from last November. The aftermath of which I posted the video. That was the impetus and the beginning of removing all of the shelving and the low-running shelf stand that I had going on here, which was, you know, the goal from the get-go was to end up like this. But that incident just speeded everything along. And before I get any further, even I have to point out this majestic leaf, which is coming out unrolled, twice the size, twice the length, rolled up of every other leaf on this plant, and it is now in unfurling. It'll be halfway unfurled by the end of the day, I'm thinking. It's going to be, well, you'll see when I post a picture in the posts tab how much bigger of an upsize this plant just jumped after arriving here. And this is the first leaf completely homegrown. Yeah, I can't wait to see what it looks like. I'm really happy. And it's in line with the known vigor of the majestic. It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid between the Soderoy and the Verrucosum. And it's known for being, and it's a nice looking hybrid. There's another hybrid floating around between the Melanochrysum and the Verrucosum. And it looks like a really ugly almost Verrucosum or a really ugly almost Gigas. It was not to my taste anyway, not a very nice looking hybrid result, but the majestic came out nice. It's got some of the leaf characteristics of the Soderoy for color, and some of the leaf characteristics for the Verrucosum in shape. There's like a blend of the shaping between the Verrucosum and the Soderoy, and the leaves are nice and large. And you'll be able to enjoy it as it grows, as I do. I think it's really great. And look at the upsizing of the Gigas. Look at that, folks. That's going to be a nice top cut. When this thing is done, and I chop it and I drop it down, it's going to look better than that. And I like the decision I made to leave everything here and just do the treadmilling here in place. It's instead of going, using the workroom or the factory room to do all that stuff. This is a much better way, I think. Okay, the Ring of Fires are all doing great. They're going to get dropped down and lined up, and we're going to have going from the corner on that side, and then continuing here, all of the Ring of Fires are going to be lined up and together up to the marble pothos. So these two are going to get dropped down. This one's going to get dropped down evenly between the Silver Sword and the Pink Princess, and then that baby's going to get moved a little bit to the left, and then this one will also get dropped down, and then done. And they will shade out, not shade out, but throw a little bit of shade onto the Gapertia and some of the Dieffenbachias, but again, it's not a very shading plant due to the growth form that the plant has, with these spread out leaves and their serrated edges. So, here's the wall, folks, from the Sullivan corner. This is what we got going on. And as I pan here, and that bipenifolium is also, that yellow, is also getting close to being turned into a plant, instead of a short pole, to a long pole. The short poles I'm going to be using just for the whatever sawtooths I have, or Scindapsus, stuff like that. That's what all the short poles are going to end up, I think, getting used for. And this is the wall. So here's a quick slow pan, kind of, most. I just can't get it in frame. That's another reason why I wanted to do a split between the wall and the floor. So folks, that's the status. Most of the arrangements are done, and now I can enjoy my crap. So have fun.